Hi there guys, Luis from Vintage Jackson. I hope you're all well, and today guys I'm going to be reviewing the new 4K of Kickboxer by Lionsgate. Just a couple of days ago I did the unboxing of this one with you guys. If you want to check the unboxing, go and check it out on my channel. And now guys I'm going to be talking you about the actual release and reviewing it. I watched the 4K on the theatrical cut, the US cut, and then you have the international cut that is only on the Blu-ray. It's like 4:3. It's not 16:9 widescreen. So I'm going to talk to you guys about both cuts and about all the special features, the length of all the interviews and everything. So this is like an amazing release by Lionsgate. Behind me you can see this is the main menu of the 4K or the Blu-ray. The menu for the international cut, it's different because it's just the movie and the scene selection. I'll show you in a minute, but as you can see guys, this is the main menu of the 4K of the Blu-ray. It's all the same. All the special features are on the 4K disc and also on the Blu-ray disc. So sometimes they put just a movie on the 4K and then you have to grab the Blu-ray disc to get all the special features. Not with this one. You can watch your movie on 4K, the theatrical cut, and then watch all the special features on the 4K disc. So yeah guys, let me just tell you about all the extra features, the interviews. Then I'm going to compare the theatrical cut with the international cut that I think is the German cut. So basically the interviews guys, you have an interview with Van Damme that is 13 minutes 56 seconds, and Van Damme talk about like choosing like Michel Kisi to play Tang Po, that initially they didn't want him to do the part. It was supposed to be someone else, like Arnold Hammond, the guy that fights like Stallone in Rambo 3, and he was a professional kickboxer as well. So he was the one that was supposed to play the role of Tang Po, but in the end they couldn't get him, right? And it was Michel Kisi doing the part. Actually, Michel Kisi talks about that as well. His interview is like 10 minutes and 34 seconds as well, and he talks about the movie, about they shot the movie in 87, it premiered in 89. He said it was shot in 87, so 2 years prior to the release. He talks about all the makeup. It was like hard, the final fight scene with Van Damme, because he had to have all that makeup. As you might know, Michel Kisi is a long time Van Damme friend, so they both live in Belgium. They both travel to US together. He's original from Morocco, Michel Kisi, so that's why they have to do all that makeup to make him look more oriental. Then you have an interview with Dennis Chan, that plays like Van Damme master in the movie, and he talks about not having any martial art background or anything. He was like an actor, and obviously some scenes you can see he's like a stunt double doing some of the kicks, some of the stuff he does in a movie. He said he didn't have like a close relationship with Van Damme. He didn't talk much with him during the shooting of the movie. And then you have like an interview with John Cranhouse, the DP of the movie, director of photography. Is like 16 minutes and 29 seconds, so it's a longer one. It talks about the shooting of the movie, all the issues, problems that was shooting the movie, but at the same time it was like an amazing time he had as well. So you have all of this, and then you have the audio commentary. That one I didn't listen yet, but the audio commentary, you have the producer Mark DiSalle, action film historian Mike Leader, and you have another audio commentary with David Ward, one of the directors, actor Askel Anderson, that plays Winston, and historian James Bennett. So I watched both of the cuts. I watched all the interviews, but not yet the audio commentary, because I didn't have time to watch everything. The movie, the length of the movie is like 1 hour, 37 minutes. and 43 seconds. So basically the theatrical cut, the US cut, and this one is the cut that's been released like worldwide when it comes to HD, the Blu-ray. If you watch this on Apple or if you watch this on Prime, the length will be 1 hour 37 minutes 43 seconds, 16:9, right? And then you have the international cut that I guess is the German cut, not like the international, because I watched this growing up back in the days in Portugal, and this is not the cut I watched growing up, but I'm going to talk to you guys that in a second. But international cut is 1 hour 41 minutes and 50 seconds. So basically it's 4 minutes 0.07 longer than the American, the theatrical cut. But this one is on 4:3, so it's not like widescreen, it's still like HD. So I don't know if they did the transfer from a DVD, from a quality VHS, but obviously you can see it's not like a amazing transfer, but even though it's quite reasonable, it's still HD quality, and it's 4:3. So I guess they took that from the German cut, international cut, and it's 4 minutes longer. So now, guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys about that. So let me just change. You guys can see this is the main menu for the 4K. Now I'm going to put on the Blu-ray disc, and this is the main menu for the international cut. As you can see, you just play movie and scenes, so you don't have any extras here. You have just actual the international cut that, like I told you guys, is 1 hour 41 minutes and 50 seconds. And this one, obviously, it's the thing that a lot of people was waiting, as a lot of like extra scenes that you cannot watch anywhere else unless if you get like your hands to this like 4K released by Lionsgate, this really cool lenticular like a steel book. Because the thing is, guys, do I think this one is the ultimate version, even though it's like 4 minutes longer than the US version? But there is an issue. There is a lot more plot scenes on this international cut, and then is Alexiou that plays like Eric, Van Damme's brother, right? Kurt Sloan's brother. His voice on this one is not dubbed. All the versions you guys see now, the Blu-ray release, if you watch this on Prime, it's like Denis Alexiou. His voice is like dubbed. On this one, the international cut, that I guess is the German cut, his voice is his real voice. The voice is not dubbed. You can tell clearly the difference than watching like the theatrical cut, the US version, and then you watch this one, and his actual Denis Alexiou, his real voice in real life is not dubbed or anything. So that's a plus. On this international cut, you can actually listen to Denis Alexiou, his real voice. And then you have a lot of extra scenes that you don't see on the theatrical cut, specifically like some hospital scenes, roughly around, I put it here like, 49 minutes, 54 minutes, right? Van Damme visited his brother in hospital, like Eric, and he has a conversation with Eric, and there is like another guy sitting next to Eric in the hospital, right? And Eric has like a, I don't know, like 2-minute conversation with Van Damme, and when he starts crying and saying, "Oh, in 6 months my legs will be like toothpicks," and he's saying to Van Damme, "And go and you fight that fucker and you win that fight for me," but basically, and you don't see that like in the international, you don't see that on the US cut. That's a cool scene. Obviously, you have a conversation, Van Damme with his brother in the hospital, right? And you see like Eric saying to Kurt, "Go and win it for me. Kill that guy." Something like that. And Van Damme saying, "I'll do it for you." And you don't have that on the US cut. And then you have another extra scene later on when Eric Winston brings like Eric to the jungle where Van Damme is training, and Eric sees like Xian Van Damme master doing some Tai Chi movements, and then Eric is talking with Kurt saying, "Oh, what is that?" And Kurt says to Eric, "Oh, he's like doing Tai Chi," and said, "Oh, I would like to learn that. Some guys in the hospital do that." And he said, "Oh, I'm going to." Van Damme says to Dennis Alexi, "Oh, I'm going to tell Xian that you want to learn." He said, "No, later." So it's another scene, extra scene that you can see on this international cut that is not on the US cut. And most of the cuts, if you watch like a worldwide HD, Lionsgate owns the rights, so it's always in the theatrical cut that is going to be shown on any platform online. Doesn't matter if it's Apple or like Prime. Is the international cut, is the US cut, the one they did the scan for the 4K. So 1 hour 37 minutes. That's you're going to watch. So the only way you can get watch those extra scenes. Van Damme talking with his brother in the hospital, and that Tai Chi scene that Xian is doing some Tai Chi, and you see Eric saying to Kurt that he wants to learn Tai Chi. The only way is like you can you watch this one, and then in the fight bar there is like extra scenes, like seconds literally. It's not like a big difference. When Van Damme is about to kick the guy is holding like a table and Van Damme is about to kick him. You can see like a scene that focuses on Van Damme's face just before he kicks the guy that you don't see on the US cut. You can see on the theatrical cut, but small details. But there is an issue, guys. The German version, everything that is like fight scenes, like the blood and everything, is heavily cut. They did like a heavily. It was a big cut when it comes to the fight scenes. I mean, the big last fight scene between Van Damme and Tang Po, right? Van Damme and Michel Kissy, Van Damme, Kurt versus Tang Po. That scene was botched in this cut, the international cut, because literally there are a lot of scenes missing. When Van Damme is all blooded, there is a scene that literally Tang Po cuts Van Damme on these like in the belly, right? He literally cuts Van Damme all over like his belly in the abs, right? And you can see all the blood. You cannot see that scene on the international cut. And believe me, growing up in Portugal, I watched that scene, so they didn't cut any of the fight scenes growing up in Portugal. And I remember the scene also growing up in Portugal that he says that to Van Damme, "Oh, my leg's going to be like toothpicks in 6 months." So in Portugal, it was more than 1 hour, 40 minutes, literally as well, growing up. But the problem is, guys, when it comes to the fight scenes, you have all the fight scenes are on the US cut, the R-rated cut. That's the best versions when it comes to the fight scenes. Because the German cut, I don't know why, even the first fight between Tang Po and Eric, Dennis Alexiou, they trimmed that fight scene as well. There were some cuts there, and you have the entire fight. On the US version, you can see the entire fight. In the US version, you can see the entire fight between Van Damme and Tang Po. Right, and in German, the international cut, that even though it's 4 minutes longer, they heavily cut the fight scenes. So there's more plot, more dialogue, but in the end, I mean, we love this movie because like an action movie. So the American cut, I would say that's the ultimate one. I wonder, that will be amazing, but probably that will never happen. We'll have like both combined, because imagine, the international cut is 4 minutes longer than the US cut, and still they cut a lot of scenes. And one of the other scenes that was cut from this one, the international cut, is the scene that one of the bad guys drag his knife, the dagger, and he throws to the dog, right? And in the US theatrical cut, the R-rated, and I watched that growing up in Portugal on VHS, I remember perfectly, he just throws the knife to the dog, right, and hits the dog, and you can see the knife literally on the dog, and you can see the blood, and there is a close-up on the dog, and you see the knife literally on the dog. And you see this international cut, you see the guys like Dennis Alexiou fighting with the bad guys on the wheelchair, and all of a sudden the next scene is like Zian and Van Damme arriving, and you can see the dog is there on the floor, but they don't even show the knife on the dog. They just show the dog on the floor, but they don't show the knife on the dog, right? So that's another scene. So all the kind of like bloody, like violent kind of scenes were a lot of those scenes were cut from the international cut. Right, so and you can see all of those scenes in the original, the American US cut. So that will be amazing if you could have like the ultimate cut, that you can have the all this extra dialogue on the German cut and put that one combined with the US cut, right? So because guys, imagine this, the international cut is 4 minutes longer, and still they cut a lot of scenes. The two fights, Eric against Tang Po, Kurt against Tang Po, there's a lot of fight missing on those both on those fights, both of them. And there is that scene of the dog that literally you don't see the guy grabbing the knife, throwing at the dog, and literally I just saw it yesterday. The guy throws the knife, hits the dog, and you can see the knife hitting the dog and the blood and everything. And they don't show it on this one, literally. They just show the Van Damme's brother fighting the bad guys, and then they show like the dog on the floor without even showing blood or anything on the dog. So yeah, guys, essentially is that. But if you are big fans of Kickboxer, I don't know, guys, because on VHS it's another world. Like more than 30 years ago when I watched it in Portugal. Probably a lot of the guys watch it in Spain, other in Italy, others in Australia, others in Philippines. So I don't even know if there were any other extra scenes, but definitely it's nice now that I had the opportunity to watch this international. They call it international cut, but I think this one is the German cut, because I saw online many people talking and everything. I think this one is the German cut. They call the international, that is 4 minutes longer, and definitely cool, because you have those extra scenes that you cannot watch on the US cut. Basically, you can, if you guys just watch on Prime, you don't collect Blu-rays or 4Ks, you'll never be able to see these extra scenes unless you get this 4K, and you'll be able to watch this like this international version. And like I told you guys, the quality, I can see they kind of did a transfer from a high quality VHS or like an old DVD or something, because you can see the quality is not like amazing or great. I can just show you something quick, like the scenes. Maybe just like I don't want to get like a copyright or anything, but I'll just pause it and you guys can see. So it's one of the scenes. This is like kind of the quality of the picture. This is one of the scenes that the guys Van Damme plays with the kids, right? So as you can see, is one of the scenes with Zian, so you guys just can see the quality of the picture. And as you can see, it's 4:3, so it's not like a widescreen. So and yeah, guys, that's the main difference. That's why I wanted to do this video, so you guys know. If you guys are big fans of Kickboxer, I'll tell you guys, go to Amazon US and buy this one for $35. And you can watch the US theatrical version that has all the fight scenes. There is no cuts when it comes to that. But if you want to see the extra dialogue, some extra scenes that is not on the US, the R-rated cut, and basically the cut that is everywhere on every platform, because it's Lionsgate that owns the rights, and they were the ones who did the previous HD one. The previous HD transfer, and the HD transfer was done only to the R-rated cut, not this international cut that you can see behind me. And plus, you have that thing that a lot of fans said, oh, but they dubbed the voice of Dennis Alexiou. They actually did, but if you watch this international cut, is his real voice, not dubbed. It's Dennis Alexiou speaking. And yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this review. And guys, let me know what you think. If you already watch, if you bought this one already, if you watch both of these cuts, and please feel free to comment down below. Let me know if I said something wrong, if I forgot about something, anything that I forgot, and please feel free to comment down below. You know, your opinion is always important to me. I'm just like a big fan like you guys, reviewing, unboxing all these movies. I mean, so I don't get any money from doing these videos, or I'm not monetized or anything. So I'm just doing because like I'm a big fan like all you guys, and I want just to share with you guys all these like 80s and 90s movies. So all these movies I buy, the 4Ks, the Blu-rays, or the DVD, the special editions. And I know a lot of you guys like love this as well, and especially when it's a release like this with extra scenes, a different cut that a lot of people didn't watch, right? So it's always like amazing news. And yeah, guys, just let me know what you think about Kickboxer. Feel free to comment down below. And yeah, guys, I'll be with you guys soon, continuing unboxing and reviewing these cult classics from the 80s and the 90s. Keep strong.